So thanks for this. And I asked you to come here and kind of be my co-pilot because it's kind of weird to do this when you're alone. And we're going to show, great. And we're going to show, I'm going to show the kind of short console updates and kind of shout out for Paul for most of the things that we're going to show today is going to be his work. So thanks, Paul. And if you can show my screen, I'm gonna write some simple code just to go over the bucket. What the banner? Oh yeah, you can show the banner. Yeah, show the banner. The banner should be around here. So as you can see,
we're doing this.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to talk about the console, and we're going to start with the bucket.
So you want me to give commentary?
Yeah, just ask me what I'm doing. I don't know. Just I think Chris kind of set the bar on how to ask questions. So I'm doing bring cloud here, but I'm going to do wing it a.w, and this should basically start my console.
Yep.
The console. What is the console? What's the
So the console is the way for us to interact with the application that we write and compile to the simulator.
Right.
So if we have a local simulator, then we need some way to interact with the application because we're not on the cloud. We don't have the AWS console or the GCP console, and we need to see what we built and interact with it.
Right. Great. So this is what I've built. There's nothing in this app, and I'm going to do new. Cloud.bucket, and I'm going to save. And once I save, this automatically generates, and I'm going to zoom in. And we've seen this before, this new and shiny kind of map view. We have Cloud Bucket inside the root, and I'm going to click here. I see I have files here, no files at all. So I'm going to add the file. I'm not going to upload the file. Oh, I'm hearing myself because someone is listening to our Twitch. So he's our listener.
Yeah. Or to our LinkedIn. We're live on both
channels. Really? I didn't know that.
Simultaneously, yeah.
Live on Twitter. Okay, so Twitter. Oh no, LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn.text. Hello, coworkers. Okay,
okay. Trying to say that only our coworkers are watching the show.
Not all of them. Not all of them are watching, but some of them are watching. This is so I have the cloud bucket. The add object is another thing that we added in the Wingly show. It's an API, a pre-flight API to add object to bucket. Yeah. So we can see we have LinkedIn.text, and I'm going to click here, and I have hello coworkers here. So we all been used to when we have to download the file and open it. Now we have quick previews for text files and JSON files within the console. Again, the idea is to basically build the best tool for programs to be able to interact with the cloud.
And actually, like you said it really fast, but it's really interesting that we have like a pre-flight API to add an object to a bucket.
Right.
So basically it means that whenever we deploy our application, we expect to see this file already inside the bucket.
Right. And yeah, right, exactly. What are the use cases? Do you know the use case for this? I mean, there's a bunch of interesting use cases.
So yeah, there are a bunch of interesting use cases. For instance, let's try to think of it. I remember that we looked at some code.
In the construct tab.
Yeah, in the construct tab, and we tried to build it with Wing.
Right.
And then we saw that that they pass information through buckets, and this information is already known when they compile the application, and so they put it in buckets.
So it was a way to kind of share the same file between all code, make sure that it's
share context between between different parts of the application. But then we kind of I think it was Chris who kind of mentioned that, look, this is how we used to do things because we couldn't actually share data distribute in a distributed system in a good way. But now in Wing that we have the capturing mechanism, we can actually share data.
Right.
A lot of times, a lot of those use cases where we put data that's immutable inside the bucket and then just read it from the rest of the application. We can just reference that data from within the code, and we don't even need to use the bucket.
Right. So the fact that that Wing is a language for the cloud, passing static information, sharing static, immutable information is a first-class citizen. So it doesn't make sense for you to implement this with uploading a file to the cloud, to the bucket. No, I can just share the file because the file is there. I mean, this information is available at some data. Information is available in the JSON here. I mean, that can be easy.
But I can see other use cases.
Right.
For example, if I think about my previous company, and we had some documents that users could access, and these documents needed to be in a bucket so they can download it from it. And these files or data is not going to change. So you can just put it in deploy time and make sure that this...
Make it accessible, kind of very simply and scalable.
Or if you have a website that you want to serve statically.
Right.
I know Tsuf today played, it's not in production yet, but she actually added an API to serve a static website from a bucket.
So Tsuf is our newest member in the team, right? And she's been working with you.
Not with me. She's been working, I guess it was a task given.
No, I mean, you know her from your previous company.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've been working together for 3.5 years now.
Right. Okay. Nice.
Hey, Tsuf. Hope you're one of the viewers.
Yep. And if not, we're going to talk to you about this. So we've basically took a look at this thing. We can delete this file right now. If I'm deleting, it's just going to reappear when we're back. But we've used the pre-flight API, the add object pre-flight API, because we don't have an in-flight, anything that runs in in-flight. So which takes me to the next subject, which is the functions. And we're going to go back to the bucket in a second, but let's take a look at the functions. I'm going to do new cloud dot. I really need to stand when I do this. Wow. Function, okay. In-flight.
Once you try to do this, you kind of really get a new appreciation of Elad's ability to...
I always have I always appreciate Elad's ability to type. So I'm going to do I'm going to call b dot put, and I'm going to do file dot text, txt, let's do it, and we'll do just the default message.
Hello, community members?
Hello, community members. Okay. Hello, community members. Great. Save this. Okay. So I have a cloud function. I can click over here. Now on the right side, I can see I have the node information, the relationship, what this function kind of talks to, what are the other resources that it interacts with, and then I have the invoke. I can invoke this. Once I invoke this, I get the response.
Great success.
Yeah, great success. And then I can go over here to Cloud Bucket and I have file.txt. Hello, community members. I can see this here. And I can go over both of those files, delete them, and it works.
Yeah, so it's amazing. We have one file that was generated at deploy time and another file that we invoked its creation.
Right, exactly. And we can actually, and what we want to show again is that we have invoke and we have invoke with some arguments. So let's use the argument here. Let's put this, let's copy this here. Let's put M. I'm going to use the message argument. I'm going to save it here. Once I save this, this gets recompiled. And I'm going to invoke this with hello community members with some of this.
Oh, maybe hello strangers.
Okay, hello community strangers. Hello.
Hello strangers.
Hello strangers.
Yeah.
Strangers. Okay, invoke. I'm going to the bucket, I'm going to file text, hello stranger works. Awesome, looks great. So again, we're working on this. We're trying to make sure this is kind of from a UX perspective, from a DX perspective, this is helpful. And we are at a phase where basically the console team is working just to make sure that everything operates, everything that's on screen works and works as expected, kind of working on the fine details of those interfaces. And the last one, so in the function we saw we have invoke and invoke with, and we saw that we have this modal opening. And the last one on my list is the counter, which we already, of course. How can you, exactly. Exactly.
How can you not have a counter?
The counter is the most used,
Yeah, well, so someone said we should We should charge for it.
Yeah, I know. I want to charge for the counter. Every time I do an increment, I want to get 0%.
0%.
0.0011 cents for every increment. I'm going to do if m. No, we don't need this m. Sorry, m.
So while Eyal is typing, just a shout out to the console team. So Shai and Christian and Paul, they're really doing an amazing job with the console. It looks really, really amazing. And fun to work with.
And what?
And fun to work with.
Yep. Default text. Okay, so what is the code here? I'm calling the function. If I don't have a message, just do default text. And if I have a message, use the text. Pretty simple.
But in any case, increment the counter.
Yep, increment the counter. So it's going to be incremented. Now I have a counter here. And the counter is with the current value 0. I can increment it locally. And I can go to the function. I can just invoke it a couple of times. I clicked a couple of times. We're missing some click indication. So Paul, if you're watching, we're missing a click indication. And then I go in here and I have a bunch of files. And they are all with the default text. I can go
back with the right number.
Right. And I can go to the counter. Let's increment this to 21. Let's go over here and let's invoke with, this should be 21 or 22?
I don't remember when you.
I'm assuming it should be 21.
Yeah,
it's the previous value. I think increment returns the previous value. So yeah, increment returns the previous value before the increment, I think. So but I might be, I'm probably wrong.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Which means that we're both wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go. This should be 21, and it's 21. And what we've seen is that Cloud Function has 2 invoke functions. The bucket has all this API interface that allows me to kind of select stuff, delete them, upload stuff. Sorry, I haven't deleted them. Upload stuff. And the counter allows me to increment, decrement. And that's small stuff combined together. We're creating an experience here that should be kind of very easy to use and basically to interact with your cloud and to test your software.
To me, it's amazing, like the ability to write code and just save it and instantly get to play with the application. Amazing.
I agree. It's I think this experience is going to be so important for our users, and it's so I'm just waiting for us to have users. I think that's what excites me about this more. I want to wait to the point where we have people, because Wing is not usable right now still, but
we're very close.
But we're getting closer, very close, and once it's going to be completely usable, that interactions I'm looking forward to see to getting those feedbacks and improvements, and that the traffic on those tools is just it's an amazing.
I wish we could watch people get this aha moment.
right. Yeah, maybe we would. Maybe with the playground. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
So if you're a user or thinking about being a user playing with Wing, and you get this aha moment and you want to feel yourself while testing Wing out, then
or even talk to us about anything. I mean, when did I understood? Yeah, any feedback is voluntarily feedback is great.
Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you, Shai.
Thank you.
Stay with me because the next guy needs no introduction. We're gonna have Mark the DJ.